Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today we'll be exploring the different organisms found in an aquatic or underwater ecosystem by using model magic. A quick safety warning before we begin. Do not ingest the model magic and do not stick it anywhere where it's not intended to be. Also, be careful when handling the toothpicks.
Let's start with the definition of an ecosystem. It is a community of both living and non-living organisms that interact in an environment.
Let's start off with a few creatures living in their underwater home.
There are many different parts in aquatic ecosystem food chain. There are producers at the first level, then primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Finally, once the organisms die, decomposers break down the dead material and return the nutrients back to the ecosystem.
Our primary producers are algae and seaweed. Algae uses photosynthesis to take energy from sunlight in order to produce sugar for energy. Seaweed also uses sunlight and carbon dioxide to produce energy.
The first creature that is in our model magic ecosystem is the small fish. Fish play an important role in aquatic ecosystems. They're not only part of the food web as a primary consumer, but they're a vital part of the happenings under the sea.
Food chain is a jellyfish. These jellyfish can eat the small fish to get their energy to survive.
Sharks are at the top of the food chain and also are tertiary consumers. They have very few predators but have an abundance of prey. Sharks are a keystone predator, which means they are important for maintaining the balance in ecosystems.
Lastly, decomposers are important in the ocean because they cycle nutrients. Decomposers like bacteria and fungi break down dead organisms.
There are also many abiotic or non-living things in an aquatic ecosystem.
There are things like rocks that crabs and other creatures use to build their homes. Also, there's an abundance of water that makes sure there's a healthy habitat for all creatures.
The temperature, light, and type of soil are all different factors that affect life in an ecosystem. If one of these factors is out of balance, life in the ecosystem will be threatened.
Overall, the aquatic ecosystem is incredibly important and complex.
Without any of these organisms or factors, life in an ecosystem would be threatened.
It is important that as humans we make sure that our activities do not threaten the balance and well-being of the aquatic ecosystem. Different types of pollution and littering can seriously harm aquatic organisms.
Not only do organisms live there and need certain conditions to survive, but humans use the ocean as a food source and for many activities. We do not want to threaten this wonderful source of food and fun.
Everyone must remember to respect the ecosystem and do their part to keep the balance.
We have a Quizlet link below where we explain many of the terms we used in this video. Thank you so much for watching!